for you to find out what you know, what you don't know. Because you can't really progress until you get to the point where you can look at a piece of music and know what that note is. So everybody knows that C is on a, this is the treble clef. The C, middle C, is on a line that's added below. And that's a reference point. And you know where that is on the keyboard. It's to the left of the two black keys. 3 black keys, 2 black keys, it's to the left. And all up and down the keyboard where those series of notes are repeated, C is going to be there in the same place always. It's going to be an octave either higher or lower in sound. So, okay. You got your reference point. Now, I want you to tell me what that note would be. Just write it down. Do like number 1, and then just write the name of that note. And we're going to do a series of these. And just number them like 1, 2, and 3. And we'll do this right here. It's 4. Then we'll do this. And say 5. We'll do this. Let's do this. 6. And 7 we'll do up here. And 8. And do this 9. And we're going to have one more to make this work out nice. That'll be 10. And now you let me know when you're through. Turn off what you want to. Number it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and write down what the note is. That's right. Everybody finished? You got a problem?
No.
Oh, you're
finished.
Okay, good. Okay. What's this note? Number 1.
E. E.
You are 100% right. What's this note?
D.
This one?
D.
D.
Yes.
That's right. What we got here?
C. C.
That's right. What's this one?
F.
There we go. What's that?
B. Number 5.
Aha. And what's that one?
C sharp. C sharp.
C sharp. You're right on the money. And then this one?
F.
That's an F. What we got here?
C sharp.
G.
To a G.
G.
A G. G,
It's
G,
G.
G, yes, it's G.
What's this?
B flat.
No,
Just plain B.
this is B
Wait.
flat. That's right, it's
Because
plain B,
that's a
it's
pencil.
B natural. When you see a piece of music, say a piece of music that's written in the key of C, which has no sharps or flats, but all of a sudden you see a B flat, which you can do very easily. So generally, if you had a whole row of these, let me get this out of the way. I can make a point a little bit easier. Okay, so, okay, here you got this note, B flat. Here's a measure of music, and this note's repeated. It's going to be like this. This is in common time, 4/4 time, 4 beats to the measure. That tells you that from this point to the end of this measure, all those notes are going to be B flat. But say they only want the first one to be B flat, and they want the rest of them to be B natural, then they'll put that in there. And then those all to the end will be B natural. Now, a lot of music, if you went to the next measure and you've got B again, it will go back to the key signature. And if it's in the key of C, B does not have, is not flatted, it's just a natural B. But of course, if it was in the B flat or an F, it's going to be flatted. It's nice when someone tells you, when you've got a lot of changes, they will sometimes put it in there, but they won't always. You have to know what key you're playing in and whether you've got sharps or flats. Any questions on that? Clear as mud, huh? Okay. You see a piece of music and you're reading along and you see something that looks like this. What is that?
Is that a breath sign?
It's a rest. A quarter rest. A quarter rest. And then let's see. Well, that's a little bit long. It doesn't look quite like that. Looks more like that. That's an 8th rest. And I always get confused between a whole rest and a half rest, but you usually can tell from the measure. If you've got, I never can remember which line they're on, but here's your 4-count measure. So, if it's just got one of these little black bars, and I don't remember whether it's on top or below or what, but I mean, obviously, the whole measure is a rest. If it's got 2 of them on the same line, I can't get this to work, then obviously you've got 2 half-note rests in that same amount of space. You can work that out from if there's other notes in it. If it looked like this, and see, then you'd know that was a half rest because you got 2 quarter notes in the same measure. And it's on the paperwork. It'll show you on the paperwork. I just don't remember which. I never remember which one is which. But you know, logic tells you that. So, now, I feel like you've got a pretty good grasp on being able to find the notes on the keyboard. But playing music on the keyboard with the right hand is what would usually you play the melody with the right hand. But there's more to it than that. Well, you can pass this around. You can see songs written in a lot of different ways. And this is little Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and how different ways you will see it. And it's on the back side too. Different versions. See, you can see it. This would be a full piano score. This would show you the, now anyhow, I want to show this to the whole group. See, and then that's the same song, but it's written in different styles. I'll go over and explain it a little bit. And they're on the back too. Back. Okay. So this is traditional music score. A lot of, this is what a hymnal will look like in most cases. And then this version down here, actually there's not that much, oh I know why I did that. Okay, this is, it's got a couple of names. You can buy whole books, I've got a bunch of them, they're called fake books. They're called fake books or lead sheets. And the bass, instead of showing you all these bass notes that you would be playing with your left hand, it just gives you the name of the chord that you would play in the place of all these notes. It simplifies it, and once you learn your chords and learn how to make chords, then you don't have to fool with reading this. This is also the kind of music normally I read when I'm playing the accordion. And so it's like a shortcut. And you don't really run across this much anymore. Oh, you would in church music, because people might be singing different parts and they need the individual notes. And on the back, the reason I did this was to show you, okay, you're playing the song, and you get all the way through here, and you see this DC Alfine. Well, everything in music notation is written in Italian. Well, it just means go back to the beginning and play to the fine. And you see the fine there. So you would play da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da here, and then you'd go back da-da-da-da-da-da, and you would stop. That would be the end of the song right there. Now this is the same, basically the same thing, but it's a little different. You play along till you get to the end of this down here, and it says DS al fine. Well, this is called a segno, and it can be anywhere in the piece of music. And what that's telling you is go back and find it and play from there to the fine. Now in this case, it's at the beginning, but a lot of songs it won't be. It can be halfway through the song. So you kind of need to look at a piece of music before you play it, you know. It's a road map, but you, I got to tell a joke. I steal this from Jeff Foxworthy. I thought it was so funny. He and his wife were on a trip, and she was navigating with the road maps while he was driving, and he said, honey, said, you make to make a decision pretty quick. Now something's going to happen here. And she said, well, okay. She said, take the red road out of Phoenix. So, it's a road map. That's what it is. So, now I want to talk to you about chords. I looked up the definition in my little music dictionary, and a chord, the definition was any two or more notes that harmonize. So, there are certain notes, like in your C scale, that harmonize. Obviously C. The other one is the third in the scale, which is E. And the other one is the fifth in the scale, which is G. So find all those three notes, one of you do on the keyboards, and play them together. Play them all at the same time. There you go. That's a C chord. It's called a C major chord, and that's like this C that you see on here. So in any scale, well, let's back up. Generally what makes a song? It's going to have two chords. Some of them have no more than two. Some of them have a gob more than two. But basically, traditional music, like old-timey music and what have you, would generally just be two chords. And so the two chords are the root, the bass, in this case the C, and the fifth chord, a chord made out of the fifth note, which is the G.
Say that one more time.
Okay.
Just the last part.
Okay. You start with the fifth note, and you're going to build a chord on the fifth note. Well, say the fifth, if you go to the scale of G, now, G is a little different. It's got that one F sharp in it. So if you're going to make a chord out of that, you're going to start with the G, go to the third, wait a minute, what have I done wrong? I've confused myself. But I'll just tell you what makes a G chord in this case. It's going to be the G, the B, and the D. So find those notes and play them. Okay, so you've got these two chords, the C chord. You're going to play C, E, and G. And on the fifth chord, I'm going to call this the root chord. And on the fifth is a G chord, which is made up of G, B, and D. Now you can take that and play a song. There are songs like that. Hot Corn, Cold Corn is one of those old traditional songs that's written just those two chords. You're also while we're in this, going to see something called a 5th, 7th chord. You see that a lot. On the 5th chord of any song will have a 7, a little 7 by it. And what that means is so you're going to make your chord, in this case, this is in the case of, this would be a C7 chord. And it would be written like this. C with a little 7 by it. You're going to play the C and the E and the G like you would in a normal C chord, but then you're going to add the 7th, a flatted 7th, which would make you would play a B flat. Now, you don't have to play all of these to make a chord. The definition was any 2 notes. But if you will play those notes, put that chord together, you'll see it has a little different sound. That's right.
Why is the B flatted into a C scale?
Because it's the 7th.
Oh, every C7 you go
See,
to right?
if you numbered these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's the 7th step, but it is flatted.
How come you're flat? I know you do, but why? How do you know? Every time a 7th comes up, you flat?
Yes. No, it's not. It's the step. Okay, now we're getting to the point where I want you to
Excuse me,
get this sheet out.
are we supposed to touch them all at the same time?
Yes, ma'am.
Would you show us how to do
Now,
that?
well, that's not that hard to do, but you don't have to do all of them.
No, that's she.
This is what I want you to get out, because I'm going to show you an easier way
We
to
don't
do
have
this.
that.
Do you have an extra one?
I sure do.
And 2 extra ones?
We don't have that sheet.
Oh, nobody has it yet. I don't have that sheet.
That's okay, just give me one, they can catch on with it.
I think I've got enough.
Thank you.
Maybe I hadn't handed them out. Do you girls have it?
No.
Okay, that explains that. I hadn't handed it out yet.
I've got to go home and find it.
You want one, Ray? Okay, now, this is where you use your chromatic scale. And chromatic scale is different from a diatonic scale because you use all the notes in your octave, like from C to C. You're going to use every note. So you have C, C sharp, E, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, and C. So, if you take, and look at this, see? Okay, see down there where I say the C, I call it the root. Okay, so this is the root. This is step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All I'm doing is just giving them numbers instead of names. So, there's a combination, and it works in any key. In this case, we're going to make, you know, a C major chord. It tells you right here, a C major chord, you play the root, step 4, and step 7. So here's your root, that's a C. Step 4 is an E, and step 7 is a G, and that makes your C chord. You know that, we just talked about it a minute ago. Now, and this is a little recipe that tells you what steps to put together to make any chord. And the same thing if we started with a G, so I'm here, G, G sharp, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, and G. We want to make a major chord. What do we play? It says you play the root, which would be the G. You play the step 4, which would be the B. And then the step 7, which is the D. And that gives you, it's called a major chord, meaning because it's a pure chord. It doesn't have any deviation in the tone. And you can do this in any key that you play. And this will tell you how. Now, like if you want to make a minor chord, you'll see like C minor in your music. It'll be a C with a little M. Okay, what does it tell us to do? What does it tell us to do? It says we play the root on C here, but instead of step 4, we play step 3 and then step 7. So somebody put together a C with a step 3, which would be a D sharp, and then your G, and play it. That's right. That's it.
A C sharp?
No,
Yeah, F sharp.
F sharp, but
A C,
you don't play the F
F
sharp.
sharp?
You play the D sharp.
D sharp.
Play a C and a D sharp and a G. You hear the sound? That's what do they call it? That's a heavy, kind of a sad song. They can write songs in a complete minor key, but this is just a situation where you're making a minor chord, and you'll run across that a lot. And that same thing works. Let's do it with the G. Play.